Hey folks, Pastor Jay here from Know the Truth. I was talking to an atheist the other night on a Google Hangouts, and he spouted off a bunch of nonsense to me. Nonsense that made sense to me as an atheist, but no longer makes sense to me as a Christian. Now, as he was talking, my mind drifted a little bit, and I came to the conclusion that without knowing anything about him, I knew everything about him. About his religion of atheism, about the gods that he worships, and about his character in general. So after talking to him for about 20 minutes, I ended up booting him from the Hangout. And no, I don't have evidence of this video because I took it off my computer because God would not approve of an atheist being on my computer. So to those of you who are watching this video who want to debate an atheist, before you do so, let me give you some guidelines and some insight as to how they think. You see, atheists are simply people that are spiritually adrift. For whatever reason, these individuals have blocked intuitive guidance from God. In doing so, they have cut themselves off from feeling the infinite love of Jesus, which leads to struggle, anger, sadness, drug use, and incest. As a result, the atheist life is very challenging. You probably find it difficult to interact with atheists. These individuals can be some of the most frustrating people to deal with because they radiate lower vibrational energy, and the way they interact with children of Jesus can be quite off-putting. However, if we want to help these people, we must react with condescension and sympathy rather than anger and hostility. Atheists need unconditional love more than the rest of us because they are starved for it. Although this may be challenging at times, love and acceptance are the only things that we can give to others who have lost their way, if they're willing to pick up what we're laying down. So here are a few frustrating symptoms of an atheist, and how best for us to react in order to help them. First one is defensiveness. An atheist is somebody who is operating from their ego and not God. Because they're largely ego-driven, atheists will often feel the need to defend their positions and assert that they're always right and that they always know best. Even friendly advice that will often help an atheist will often be discarded with, "yeah, but," followed by a list of reasons why they believe the advice won't work for them. Your reaction to this defensiveness? Challenge them further. Engage in the argument with the atheist. Your advice is exactly what they need. Remember, atheists are blocking their own inner guidance, so they will very likely need beneficial advice from wherever it's coming from. During a conversation while you're telling them that they're wrong, the best thing you can do is lay your ideas on the table, move goalposts when you're backed into a corner, cherry pick, deny contradictions in the Bible, force your worldviews onto them, tell them that they actually do believe in the Christian God, talk over them when you think they have a good point, get defensive, cry persecution for them questioning your beliefs, randomly bring up Pol Pot and Stalin, and claim that Hitler was an atheist and everything he did was because of evolution. If any atheist pushes against these arguments, back away from the discussion, block them on Google Hangouts, block them on your Facebook page, and do anything that you can to make sure that they have no influence over your other Christian brothers and sisters. Surprisingly, when I've done this in the past, I have noticed that many individuals have later gone on to tell me, "I remember when you did such and such and it was really good advice." The thing about atheists is they do not like to have their egos challenged. So if you debate against their rebuttals with the steps that I listed above, they're either going to listen to you and become Christian, or they're not, because they're threatened by your approach. Because you're right. The next symptom is closed-mindedness. Many times atheists will have a hard time accepting other people with different ideas and choices. Again, Christians are all loving and all accepting. Yes?
What you doing?
I'm making a Pastor J video.
You're an idiot.
Atheists are not. If somebody is blocking out God's unconditional love for themselves, they will be unable to radiate unconditional love to others. As a result, their love will only be given out to certain people that behave in the way that their ego approves of. Because of this, you will often see atheists who manifest themselves into people that are intolerant of other religions, as well as being bigoted, racist, homophobic, and or misogynistic. Your best reaction? If you feel as if something an atheist tells you is intolerant or abusive of others, very kindly tell them that it bothers you when they say things like that, and then just drop it, at least to their face. You can gossip about them later amongst your Christian brothers and sisters. The last one is repeating the same mistakes over and over again. It may take a few tries to learn a lesson in life, but with atheists, the pattern endlessly repeats itself. You may often see an atheist hopping from one abusive relationship to another, chronically being broke and out of work, or even repeatedly being arrested and incarcerated. To be clear, none of us are perfect and we all make mistakes in some way. However, an atheist's repeated mistakes are very painful and can cause them a lifetime of personal grief. Your reaction? Realize again that an atheist has severed ties with the love of the universe and the love of God. Therefore, they do not know how to make choices based on God's love. Now, these individuals are not making their life choices to hurt other people or themselves. They just make poor choices because they're trying to distract themselves from the pain and emptiness they feel from denying and rejecting God, a God that they know exists. Please do not judge them, do not chastise them, and do not belittle their struggles. Accept them for who they are and love them always, but only if you sense that they're starting to accept Jesus. Without that, they have no hope. In closing, it can be very frustrating to deal with an atheist. The defensiveness, closed-mindedness, and continuous self-harm can be very unpleasant to witness and interact with. That being said, we're all on our own paths, and we each have the option of traveling through life the way that we choose. Although we may have found a higher calling, the atheists are choosing to live their life in a limited way, and that's their choice. Now for your Bible verse of the day, John 11:35. Jesus wept. Thanks for watching.